my internet don't go out. It's thundering and lightning up here right now. So
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we are live right now with Mr. Ben Taylor, aka Mr. Raw Motivations. www.rawmotivations.com. Check him out. He does one-on-ones. He's another self-aware narcissist. Out here just change. Ben is changing the world. I love the Ben. I love to see the comments where people just like, Ben, you changed my life. I got tagged in a long post the other day. It was super long, but she dedicated a paragraph to you, and she gave me like a little shout out at the end. I was like, I love it. So Ben is promoting awareness, growth, healing, and change. So there you go. I didn't put up your website. I get them mixed up.
Awareness, growth, healing, and change. Yep. Awesome.
Tomorrow. So what is going on, Pete? So look, I'm going to be putting comments onto the screen like this for question and answer. So the questions will be right here that we're going to be answering. So if you don't want your question put onto the screen, I need a warning. It's just like, don't put on screen and then put your question. Do not put your question and then don't put on screen at the end, because then I won't read it until I get onto the screen. So, what is going on, beautiful people? I hope y'all having a beautiful, fantastic day. Like, it's fantastic. It's Wednesday. Kimberly Nichols, you saved your life. I just provided you the tools. Ben provided you the tools. We're literally just talking. You have to take action, because I'm pretty sure I do one-on-ones on Zoom. Ben also does one-on-ones on Zoom as well. Only thing we can do is provide you perspective and tools. We can't drive to you and just like, look, Kimberly, get in the car. Let's ride out. We can't come pick you up. You have to take action yourself, So be blessed. Give you a seat. Look. Will I take some credit? Yeah, I will take it and absorb it. But it's on you. It's your journey. I appreciate you, Susan. What is going on? Good evening to you.
Well, hello. See you guys.
See, look. Kimberly said she cried her eyes out in December. Now she's laughing her ass off. Yay! Yay! So Shia or Shay says, you continuously help me to not break no contact. Thank you for what you're doing. Yeah, we are the grind is real. It's absolutely 100% real. We are like, damn, Ben. I'll be talking about this to myself sometimes and to talk to my wife. I was like, Ben, you understand the gravity? Like, the percentages are so small and minuscule. Like, we're like two of, including Cluster B Milkshake and Sound Vacnin and HE Tutor, 5 of millions of narcissistic people. But you're a self-aware narcissist. Dear Lord. That's crazy.
I was talking to Lisa today, and she was referring somebody to me that wanted to talk to. She already had seen your stuff, and she wanted to. She referred her to me as well. As like, hey, have you checked out his stuff? And the person responded, he was like, oh, there's another one. I was like, yeah. But yeah, it's I mean, I think it's a hard thing being on the platform and not just automatically inspiring hope to people, of them being like, oh, if this person can change, then maybe my narcissist can change. But the problem is them understanding hey, it really is a very tiny percentage. It is a very small percentage of people that actually are aware or even want to get help.
So me personally, that tiny percentage is what kind of why I got started in doing what I do. There's when I first got started, when I first went to therapy, 2017, they were like, only 1% of people are diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. I have an engineering degree, so I'm just like 1%, 10 billion. I was like, oh shit, okay, nice. How many are self-aware doing TikToks? None. I'm one of.
Right.
Yay. Yay. There's a question on here about the Ben. I'm gonna shoot this question at you real quick.
Can you I'll speak on the relationships with narcissists and people with BPD. So a lot of times what you have is people with BPD end up feeding narcissists like incredibly because how they both kind of feed off of each other. The BPD is like not wanting to be abandoned, so as a result, they're kicking up their emotions and their connection with the other person. And narcissists typically like are on the other side of they're ashamed of who they are and they're trying to manipulate the other person. And so I kind of referenced it to one person the other day. It's almost like if they get it like in sync, it's almost like polar opposites, like magnets in one sense that attract. If they get in sync, it kind of like perpetuates that relationship to be like super toxic. For me, like I was in a relationship with a girl who had BPD and narcissistic traits, and it was crazy. And that's the closest that I had to actually experiencing going through the trauma bond experience with another person where after everything came out, like it took like multiple months before I even got to the place of like blocking her because I knew that I needed to block her. But until I actually got to the place where I could change that concept in my mind, nothing was going to change and nothing was going to happen.
Nice. Perfect answer. There was one that popped up just now. So Joya says, why would he tell me we were only on a break when he clearly left us high and dry for 4 months? So in my perspective right here, he told you that you were on a break to keep you on the hook so you wouldn't move on. Hey, we were only on a break, so you can't move on. If you do move on, guess what? It's cheating. You just cheated on me. So I just told I didn't say we broke up. I said on a break. Broke up and breaking are two totally different things. This is broken, two separate pieces. Breaking is like here. I'm still connected at the bottom right here. See this bottom part? That's us. This is our relationship. We are broken. We are breaking. We haven't broken. So you that's
It was
that's
watch
just escape.
Friends, right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly it. So you have any advice on sharing kids with this type of personality? Oof. All right, girl. That is kind of a rough one right there, y'all. Because like sharing kids with a person with a narcissist or a toxic person or whatever is extremely tough because it's never going to be 50-50. You're never going to have the amicable co-parenting relationship that you see on memes and other people's videos. Like when y'all have fucking matching shirts on. Like I have the dad and stepmom, and she has the mom stepdad shirt on. That doesn't work with narcissists. You're not going to get that type of relationship with narcissistic people. So I just feel like don't you can shoot for the moon, but you might land on the stars. But you have to co-parent or parent share kids with a narcissistic person. Look up parallel parenting. I feel like that would help you out a lot. It
Yeah.
really will. It really will. Because another question right here. See,
I think parallel parenting is big. I don't know if you saw it in your bio, but I've got some of it too, where they can go in and they can look at the replay, the webinar that they did on co-parenting with a toxic ex.
yeah, perfect. You haven't steered me wrong with your expertise not once. Thank you for what you do. There you go, Latasha. Power up. Stay empowered. You know. So Tyler says recently my narcissist ex discarded me again for the 4th time, and now she refers to me as R to our mutual friends instead of using my name. Is it a method of dehumanizing me to avoid guilt? What is R? So I feel like I need to know what R stands for. What's the abbreviation for? What is that? What does that represent?
Is that like the R word?
Yeah, that's what I was. See, that's the first thing that shot into my head. What does R mean? Because yeah, it could be used to dehumanize you, but it could. So for me, if I was to get somebody, if I was to talk to somebody and refer to somebody to my friend group outside of their name, it would be to relieve me of that guilt. Yeah, it's just like I'm disconnecting from you. I'm just like look, we're not going to use Ben's name. We'll call him B, just because it helps me heal. I would play you with that, like B. Hey, B's calling. That's what I would do. I know it sounds silly, but that's absolutely what I would do.
It says real name is Ryan.
Yeah, his real name. Oh, I see Tyler Banks. Okay, I saw Tyler Banks. Okay, so his real name is Ryan. So yeah, there could be a way to disconnect him from you, so people don't use your name. He who shall not be named. So right now in the narcissist store, you're Voldemort. Go watch Harry Potter. You'll learn. You'll catch up really quick.
I think the biggest thing is like she's gonna keep doing it because it's already like the fourth time. So like it's something you have to really consider of like how many times do you want this to happen?
Mhm. Yep. So on average, it takes people 7 times to leave, though. So
Mm.
the average means some people take more, some people take less. So if me and Ben were dating narcissists, it might take me 13 times to leave my narcissist. It might take Ben just once. Ben is one and done. He's like, look, I'm done with you. I'm 13 times in and out. Me and my narcissistic partner have an on and off again relationship, you know. So if you add 1 plus 13, you get 14. You divide that by 2, you get the average of 7 times. You know, I know that's not a very big sample size, but that's how it goes right there.
Yeah.
These people on average 7 times to leave. But look, here's another caveat to that though. Don't see 7 times and be like, oh, I got 3 more times. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Oh, I'm below the average. Let me go ahead and go 2 more times. You know, third
Yeah.
time is strong. No,
Right.
don't do that.
Got 9 lives, so like how many more do I got?
Don't
Yeah.
do don't do that right there.
Yeah.
So Carlina says, why is my son dad trying to get me to lie in court about how he treated us? Why is it he doesn't want me to tell the truth? I'm gonna let Ben hop on that one first, y'all.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to impact his image. So like right now you're the one that's going to help control and to help keep his image how he wants it to be. And so he wants to keep that image of being the loving father or the good dad or something like that. And so as a result he's going to get you to lie for him. So as a result there's either reduced sentence or there's reduced stuff when it comes to actually like splitting up. Like it's all just a game, and I'd be very careful about that because that'll come back and bite you in the butt every single time because he's trying to get you to lie instead of tell the truth about what's actually going on. Because if you tell the truth, then he'll look bad. Like tell the truth, especially in court. Don't make that mistake.
If you tell a lie, like Ben said, you make that person look good and you make yourself look bad. So you can't go back to court again. It was like, well, Carlina be lying in court. Last time she said he was beating her ass, but we got to court. She's like, no, she fell down the stairs. Did he push
Right.
you? Did he punch you? Or did he just fall? So nobody's going to believe you. So I tell people to stand in your truth or you will fall in a lie. So
A
that's
lot of people struggle with that with like domestic violence cases where they might call the cops and they show up and then they say like, oh, like it's fine, it's not that big a deal. And then when they go to court and stuff like that, it's hard to prove stuff because they haven't been consistent in what they're saying.
Yep. Perfect though. So I'm gonna say, what's going on, big dog? That's one of my good friends. We've been now about 20 years. What's going on, Terrell? How you
Wow.
doing? How you doing, guy? Yeah. He been knowing me since I was a young buck, a young unaware narcissist. uh so thank you guys for for being so real and helping us, are so blind. There you go. You're welcome. Perfection. Yes, it can be scary. So can making a narc aware of his or her personality disorder make any difference or make them seek help? So so King, so I'm not sure if you're a woman or a man, but so it really just depends. So that person has to want to seek help. That person has to want to see the indifference in what they think and what is reality. That person has to actually want to alter their behaviors and change who they are at their core. You know, if they are not ready for that, you can say all you want to say. Honestly, you can speak your truth. You can say every single thing that you want to say from your bottom of your heart, and it won't change how they feel or how they react to you and what you do. You know, so this is how I feel personally about that. Unless Ben has a different opinion on that one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say no. I mean, I think people think that like awareness means change or awareness means something's going to change, but like when it comes down to it, like just because someone's aware doesn't mean they're going to modify anything in their behavior. Doesn't mean they're going to modify anything about what they're doing. And so you have to think through like, okay, like if they become aware, like then what's next? Like are they willing to actually, go to therapy? Are they willing actually to start that change process? But oftentimes being aware and having change are two separate things, and you don't get one with the other oftentimes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's just perfection. I'm pop over here.
We got a lot of Facebook on tonight.
Oh yeah, I see. So I have a question. When dealing with ending a relationship with a narcissist, once you have blocked them on everything, but they still have belongings in your house, what would the next step be? My ex is sending me emails. I figured out how to send the emails straight to trash, but he still does have belongings here. I gotta sneeze real quick. I'm sorry. I don't have been on them.
Right, you're good. So like whenever they still have belongings, then normally you want to be able to communicate like one time, either through a friend or through someone else in one sense, to say like, hey, come pick it up. So normally what I communicate to people is like, hey, box all that stuff up, put it on the curb like the day before trash day, and say, hey, come get it before the trash people do. It's out of your control, out of your hands, and if they don't come get it, then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
There you go. Just make sure whatever state you're in, look at the laws, because some people try to use it against you. Look at the laws. Like give them a written notice or a text, some kind of visual notice. Like, hey, I sent the message that said Ben had till Thursday at 4:00 to come get his shit. If he ain't get it, it's gonna be on the corner. Thursday at 4:00, put that shit on the corner. Look at the laws in your state. Always use discretion. So
Also, if you're wanting to work on blocking the sender on your email so it doesn't even come into your email, look up this. It's app.blocksender.io. It's a website that a lot of people use to be able to work on not getting those emails even in their trash or even in their inbox, but it bypasses it. You can set it up to like reject it, like a whole bunch of stuff, but it's app.blocksender.io.
I'm putting it in the comment section right here, y'all. Y'all can check it out. So, as a self-aware narcissist, do you still have to check yourself?
Every
Yes.
day.
I feel like that's some we have a commonality there. Yeah, absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Like Ben said earlier, self-aware does not mean cured. It does not mean cured. It does not mean like the best of the best. Self-aware just means I see it. It doesn't mean I have to acknowledge it. I see it. It doesn't mean I have to make any kind of changes. I see it. It doesn't mean I have to make any kind of behavioral alterations. I see it. I'm aware of it. I can close my eye. I can be aware of it. Like, nope. I can close my eyes again. I can do all of that. You know, I don't have to. Self-aware does not have to me make changes. It just means I'm aware. So many people I see, I get comments like, I just want to make my narcissistic partner self-aware. And then what? They can just be aware abusers. Then they can just be self-aware abusers. They're not self-aware narcissistic abusers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, so I put up a song I think on Instagram and TikTok today, and it was what was it? Shine Down Monsters. And like someone said like, are you slaying your monsters? So I like commented as I was like daily. Because that's all it is. It's an everyday battle.
Yep. You gotta slay yourself every single day, y'all. Like it's a constant battle. It would honestly be easy to stop battling. It'd be easy to stop fighting and just give in to who I am. You know what I mean? It honestly would be. But you know, at the end of the day, I am who I am. You know what I mean? This is who I am. So Rosalind says, Rosalind, 2 first names and 2 last names. Do narcissistic men cry to manipulate? Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a possibility right there, y'all. I think somebody said I've talked to so many people on one-on-ones, and Ben does one-on-ones as well, where people say things like, he started crying and I just gave in. Y'all stop falling for men's tears. Those tears are the same as your tears. And sometimes man's tears or narcissistic man's tears or used or toxic man's tears are used to manipulate you. They just are. Like I can make myself, I could like, y'all literally, I'm an actor. I can cry on fucking cue if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I just don't want to treat you so bad. That y'all be seeing people happy. They can't produce the eye water, the tears, so they start hyperventilating. Like, I can't believe I cheated on you, and I can't believe that I punched you in the face 4 times. Stop believing actions. Don't look at the visuals. What are they going to do about it? You know what I mean? Everyday battle. Thank
So it
you.
looks like as far as like getting stuff like out of your house in one sense, that depending on your state, you might have to go down to the local courthouse and file an eviction notice. And then once that eviction notice has passed, then you're legally allowed to throw it out on the curb.
There you go. Shout out Ben for the info. Yeah, make sure whatever state you're every state's gonna be different on that, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't
I
I
don't
mean
see anything that just tells us like on a giant perspective, state by state. So you'd have to look it up individually.
yeah. Mm-mm-mm. So thank you both. You are helping me heal every day. My power, taking my power back. I appreciate y'all.
Mm,
There you
that's
go.
awesome.
Power up. Sometimes I wonder as well, does it form as a defense or coping mechanism? Whew.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, yes, but in red. It absolutely is a coping mechanism for defense, y'all. It just is. You
Mhm.
know, and I don't know. I can't go too much into detail on that because I just like I have a story to tell, but it's a long story. So yeah, yes.
And it forms as
uh,
like a knee jerk reaction in one sense.
yes. Well, I just say yes again, then.
Yeah.
See, that's how he sounded in court. Hyperventilated with no tears. There you go. I,
Mm.
I'm sorry that I did this for you. Yeah, stop falling for that. Yeah, I talk to so many people every day. I'm just like my head hurts, y'all. I'm just like, y'all, how?
Right.
Y'all is just like I have so much empathy to give. Y'all reel in the empathy for certain people. That shit gonna be used. Your empathy can be used as a weakness.
Mm.
Weaponized empathy is a real thing. Just like, oh, you care about me? Hey, you don't. I know you care about me. You wouldn't do that to me. You wouldn't ruin my reputation. I don't care what I did to you. You wouldn't ruin my life. Hey, I have kids. You gonna ruin my kids' lives too? Damn, you're a terrible person. You really are evil. You gonna tell on me and ruin my kids' future? You really are evil. Gotcha. So definitely got you. I am here. So yeah, if y'all don't know, me and Ben are actually doing a meetup, a live in-person meetup on June the 12th in
This
Norfolk.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday. It's Wednesday, y'all. So Sunday, June 12th, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and probably a little beyond. We'll be doing a live meetup in person at
Mhm.
Cova Brewery in Norfolk, Virginia. So y'all need to come check that out. Cova Brewery in Norfolk, Virginia. We're gonna be there from 3 to 6, hanging out, chilling, doing a question and answer. We can make a TikTok if y'all want to. Just bring your asses. Stop playing. Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm.
So I feel like, do either of you have a romantic relationship? If so, how did your partner feel about your condition?
I would say yeah, because like our wife should count in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah, we're both actually married, y'all.
We're both married. Yeah. Both
Mm-mm.
married and with kids. And I would say, how does our partner feel? Like, I mean, it kind of goes day to day someday. Like, I'm pretty sure some days they're like, this is the worst thing ever. And other days they're like, okay, we can actually like deal with them.
Yep.
But, I think the biggest thing for me is like, um, we both had times in our relationships where our wives have like left us, but the thing is they're both here now because they see that we're working on ourselves, that we're working on trying to be in therapy, work on who we are, how we're going to grow, how we're going to get better. And that's not dependent on them, and that's not dependent on us keeping them. That's just dependent on, hey, like this is who we are and this is how we need to focus our lives to be able to grow, heal, and change. We're going to keep doing that every single day, no matter what. So, I would say a lot of times, I mean, for me personally, I mean, you can answer for you, but like for me personally, I mean, it's a lot of times it's a struggle, a lot of times it's not the easiest and it sucks because, we're trying to work on habits and conditions and thoughts and behaviors and attitudes that have been ingrained for such a long period of time, that trying to go against the grain and trying to work with them to create a safe environment so they can express their feelings, express their emotions, and not get it discarded or devalued, is huge.
Yes. There you go. Do. Oh, this is the same person. You guys, I didn't realize it. Just in their relationship with the narcissist 4 days ago, the information you provided is spot on. Well, appreciate it. There you go. Power up. Mm-mm-mm. Is it reasonable for me to be scared that my physically abusive narcissistic ex will find my daughter and I, not because he cares about either of us, because of his ego? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yes. I don't. What I have learned in my 2 years of doing this is that I don't put anything past anyone. People are capable of anything. to harm you and protect their ego. Yes, I protect. So will he do it? Maybe, maybe not. Can he do it? Absolutely fucking yes. So protect yourself and your peace and your daughter at all costs. Whatever it takes to protect you, disappear off the grid, whatever, protect yourself within reason and within the law, of course. Because you don't want them to catch you up with a parental alienation charge. Like, yeah, she's hiding my daughter from me. She's running from me. You know, what are you gonna do to combat that if that comes up?
Yeah.
I have to ask. Mm-mm-mm. So this person says, I have a same person. How do I was asking questions? Like I'm literally I'm going through and hitting the star and it'd be the same person back to back. I have a hard time telling myself not to empathize with people with NPD. As someone with BPD, I realize that that's an illness, so it's hard not to get sucked into helping them. Oof. Ben mentioned BPD earlier. You know what I mean? He did.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
I think one of the biggest things is like BPD or not. A lot of times people get caught up in their head that they can heal, fix, or help a narcissist, and when it comes down to it, it has nothing to do with you. Like that's the biggest thing that I wish like everybody could understand in narcissistic relationships is a lot of times the narcissist puts it all on you, makes you think it's all about you, and as a result, makes you think that you're the only person that can actually either help them or fix them or work on them in one sense. But at the end of the day, they don't care. Like it's not about you. And if people would realize more of that, then they realize like, hey, you can lead a horse to water all you want, but you can't make it drink. You know, you're not going to actually like make it happen. And a lot of people think like, if I can just get them aware, they'll change. If I can get all this to happen, it'll change. It's not going to happen. They have to get that way on their own. They have to be able to understand what's making them tick that way on their own. And there's not really a way to be able to convince them of
it. Beautiful disaster Anna. What's going on, girl? How you doing? Shout out to you. I just seen you pop up. I had to I had to pop you on here. Hold on. I'll do that one in a second. There's the one. Do narcissistic people typically call everything and everyone toxic when they are in fact the toxic ones? Possibly. That sounds like a lot of projection right there. Yeah, possibly. This is the one I want to hit right here. Advice on accepting feedback, criticism as a narcissist. I'm assuming you might personally be a narcissistic person because this question seems like it's addressed as a personal thing. So accepting feedback, Ben. How do you criticism, feedback, and criticism? Are they different or are they the same?
They're all personal attacks on me.
Yay! That's how I feel. This is exactly how I feel. Just like, yeah, if your feedback doesn't start with like you did great, then it's going to be taken as negative content. It's going to be received negatively. Hey, you did great, but if you say but, then I didn't do great. But what can I change? I wasn't perfect. You know, I'm just like accepting feedback, criticism. So that's what I've been working on, and that's what therapy is for, y'all. Therapy is about, that's kind of what we worked on in my last therapy session, honestly. Accepting feedback and criticism. If people reject you, it's not a you thing, it's a them thing. It's you're not right for them. It's not you. You're just not right for them. You might be right for someone else.
Yeah.
So that's what we worked
on. I think like as a narcissist, it's hard not to internalize what the other person is saying as it being something that attacks yourself because you already have that mindset and that kind of baseline of being ashamed or shaming yourself to start off with. And then someone comes in and is like, oh yeah, you actually are that way. That makes it even worse. And part of it really comes back to the place of like acknowledging, really just acknowledging the shit that's already inside. If you can't embrace the darkness, you can't actually walk through it. And as a result, like we're always like wanting to run from that as being a natural tendency, wanting to run from the pain, wanting to run from the darkness, wanting to run from the shame in one sense. But when we're able to actually turn around and embrace it and say like, hey, yeah, this is who I am. It sucks. But now I can actually start to work on changing my actions, my behaviors, because I know what's actually going on.
Yeah, perfect. What clicks off in a narcissist's mind to actually want to receive help? So Ben's stories, so mine is kind of quick, straight to the point. Like I just hit rock bottom. Everybody left me alone. I had absolutely nobody to blame but me. But that only worked with me. That doesn't work for everybody else because everybody else's version of rock bottom, it might not exist or it might be different. My rock bottom was because everybody left me. I was in the house by myself, screaming and angry as hell at the world and blaming everybody else. But nobody, I can blame anybody. Everybody was gone, you know. And my wife called me a narcissist on the way out the door, so that didn't help either. I was furious. You narcissist, bang, closed door. Like, you know, so there's a tad bit of rage mixed into that insult she threw on the way out the door. So,
Yeah.
this is too funny.
That's about the only way to. That's about the only good way to call a narcissist is as you're walking out the door, because otherwise they'll just turn around and use it to abuse you, anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. I called her a narcissist back. She's like, so hard living with a fucking narcissist. And while she was shutting the door, I was like, "You're a fucking narcissist." I got the last word in, y'all. So y'all wonder who won that argument.
That's all that matters for narcissists. The last word.
She heard me call her narcissist back before she closed before the door is shut. Silliness. I know it's stupid, but it really is silliness. Props to both of you putting in real work on yourself and sharing your truth. Thank you, Lori Ann. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
So Amberlicious says, my wife treats me horrible. I react. Then I'm forced to apologize and she refuses to apologize to me. Why does she do this? So y'all, I feel like that's why I pause when I say I react. Because as soon as you react, you lose. If you react, it's like, you know, they always see the second person. They don't see what triggers you. People don't see what triggers you. They don't see what sets you off. They only see the reaction. That's why I tell people when I do a lot of videos about how controlling your reactions is your greatest power against a narcissistic person. It just is. Controlling how you react to them is your greatest power. Because if you don't react to them, what are you apologizing for? Because if you say sorry, why the fuck do I need to say sorry to you? You apologize to me. We can't both be sorry, but then both of us were wrong. You're more wrong than me, so I'm not going to say sorry. Thank you for apologizing, Amberlicious. I'm going to go about my day. Thanks, though. You know, that's my mindset on that, y'all.
Yeah, so they don't feel bad about themselves.
How can I send a question? You could have typed it right there. You're just
That
like,
is a question.
Yeah,
that's your one question for the night.
Yeah, there is also a question. you just did. Thank you. No, but seriously, you just put it right there. I could have saw it. Why did it? So, Ben, why would you show up if somebody ignored you?
Because you're ignoring me. Like, I'm number one. Like, you're supposed to remember that. So if you don't, then I'm going to show up and make sure you remember that.
Yeah. So somebody put in the comment section, I can't put it on the screen because I probably censored the video. It says, is stalking a sign of them possibly unaliving you? I've been told it is. I've been freaking out. Yes. Freak out to the point where you need to escape the situation or protect your life. Because if they're stalking you and you pop up with a new man or a new woman, who knows what they might do. So yes, I'm not trying to scare you into goddamn just ball up into a ball and crawl under the bed tonight. But I'm also trying to scare you into going upstairs and getting the pistol if you have one. Protect yourself. That's it. Every bit. This seemed like a good question when I started reading. I don't know how it ends though, Ben. Every bit of info says no contact, no choice, run from a narcissist. I believe everyone deserves a chance, personality disorder or not. If you can control your actions, can you have a life? Can you have a MPD in your life? I'm gonna let Ben hop on that one first, y'all. I'm gonna just keep scrolling real quick.
What boundaries are you willing to let be crossed, and what are you willing to be sacrificed? Because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the fact that you can try to work on that. You can try to be there and no reaction, but what's it going to cost you? More than likely, you're going to change everything about your life to no avail, and nothing's going to change on their life. As a result, you'll be left with the same empty person that has a personality disorder and that doesn't give a care about you at all.
Yep, exactly so. So I just feel like, again, it seems like the basis, like the bottom layer, the foundation of your response was empathy. Again, like I said earlier, But your empathy will be used against you. Give me a second chance if you want to. For what? If I've done something heinous to you and you forgive me for it and reconcile with me for it, I'll do it again and again and again and again because you're going to forgive me, right? You're such a good person, right, Beck? You done it before. If you forgive me for if you forgive me for bless you, Beck. If you forgive me the first time, why is 2 times not enough? Why is 2 times too many? Why is 3 times too many?
Yeah.
Be careful. I'm not telling you not to forgive people and not give them a second chance, but you can forgive people. You don't have to reconcile with them. If you have forgiveness in your heart and you need that to move on, you can forgive them, but you don't have to allow them back into your life. Second chance or not, you don't give if you give people a second chance to hurt you, that means they can hurt you worse. You know?
Preach.
So,
Yeah, that's it. I think honestly, I was thinking as you were talking too, like in reality, like what's happening here too is if you believe everybody deserves a second chance, like that's great. But at the end of the day, like if you don't have enough self-love that you're taking care of yourself, then you'll always be with that person. And so that's another thing to think of is like you'll keep giving a person a second chance that keeps not showing the actions, not changing the behaviors, and keeps manipulating, lying, and abusing you because you don't have enough self-love on yourself of working on yourself to actually say, hey, there's a boundary and I need to set it.
Yep. There you go. Look, yeah. You got a new chair? I heard some motor.
I wasn't sure how loud it would be when I did it.
I hear a motor over there.
My desk. It's loud.
What is the best way to help children of a narcissistic parent? Yeah. Are you still in contact with that narcissistic parent? Like, because I feel like you have to separate that child and let them know that the way their parent feels about them and treats them is not their fault. It's absolutely a problem with the parent and not with them. Make sure you convey that to them, and hopefully they'll get that. Put them in therapy ASAP. So me personally, I'm a parent. I'm a narcissistic parent of a child. All my kids are gonna have to go to therapy. I'm pretty fucking sure. You know what I mean? Because who I am. I already know that. I'm getting them in therapy ASAP. That's just what I feel like. That's what I need to do. How I have to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it says, get a protective order. Don't wait. Yes. Do not wait, y'all. Please don't wait. You guys are so awesome. Appreciate you. I was hoovered today. Did you accept the Hoover? I'm curious.
Latasha no, don't accept the Hoover.
Latasha Roberts, I'm waiting for you. Are we waiting for your response in the comment section? I'm looking. So I'm gonna let Ben hop on this one, y'all. I'm just go to the comment section.
How do you deal with a man who does not see that he is displaying narcissistic characteristics? So the first thing is like, don't tell them that they're a narcissist and don't tell them that they have narcissistic characteristics because they're going to learn about that, twist it around and use it on you. So be super careful about that. And I'm not just saying that because like, oh, that's the popular thing. No, I'm saying it because I have like people that we talk to in one-on-ones on a day-to-day basis that they're like all this abuse got changed on me. Whenever I told him that I was that he was a narcissist, all that kind of stuff. So like, be careful about that. And the other thing is like with any type of like awareness and things like that, it's like attack like the actions, attack the behaviors. And then if you're with that person and you have to deal with it for a period of time or until you get your exit strategy set or whatever it might be, you need to set boundaries. Like you need to have boundaries with consequences. Otherwise, they're just going to keep rolling over you every single time.
Yep. Amazing answer. If y'all don't know Ben, I said Ben, follow Ben's page over there at Raw Motivations. He's on all platforms, just Ben everywhere. He also has an app called the Narc app, NARC app. The Narc app. It's on Apple. It's on the iTunes and the Google Play. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like on your phone right here, y'all. Y'all can see my phone. God, I hate this sometimes. Right there. Y'all see at the bottom of my screen right here? The Narc app is an actual app. NARC. You can download it in the App Store, put it onto your phone, and there's a great community of it. You get direct contact to Ben, ask him questions. You can book one-on-ones through there at a discounted rate. Literally, I have it. Yeah, I'm a civil nurse. I have it on my phone. So
I just like refreshed. I just like refreshed the page. that let me know, and we just passed 3,100 people on the app that have like
Look, yo, it's a community of 3,100 people. Like I said, community helps you heal. You can do, yeah. Can you do it by yourself? Yes. But some people want the shortcut. How do I make it go faster? Get around people who have dealt with similar situations that you have dealt with and help you. They help you get through there faster. I can't figure out how to break through, how to make this breakthrough. Ben has been through it. Ben, how'd you make your breakthrough? I did this, that. Oh, I didn't think about that. Boom. You just cut 6 months off your healing by being in a community of people on the NARC app, NARC, the best app around for the best narcissistic healing community app around. So there's nothing better out there. I answered. Latasha, she said she answered. Damn it, Latasha, where'd you answer it?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. I was like, where'd you answer? I've been looking for you. So, God,
Too many comments.
Put it again. So look, she says, good evening. I was hoovered today. And then the next thing she put was, I answered.
Oh, she answered the Hoover.
Oh, she answered the Hoover? Oh, no.
Or they could answer our question.
I was like, where'd you answer this question at? Did you accept the Hoover? Because look, so how should you react when they just show up? So if you're in range of your phone, call the goddamn police. Look, if you don't, sometimes you have to force some of these crazy, weird some bitches to leave you alone. You have to force them to leave you alone, or they'll keep popping up until they exhaust you into giving up. They will literally just exhaust you. It's like, okay, I'm just tired. Like, let's just say Anne Marie. Let's just say I'm your victim. And you just keep popping up on me. Okay, and just come in the house and clap my cheeks. You're gonna do that, and then you'll get pregnant, and you're gonna have a fucking baby, and then you'll be trapped for the rest of your existence. Don't do that. I know the police don't help everybody apparently, but like literally, y'all, goddamn, do whatever it takes to get people to leave you alone. I'm not telling you to unalive them. I'm not saying that. So I didn't say that. Whatever it takes to protect yourself, because some of these people, you have to force them to leave you alone because they think they're entitled to your time, effort, energy, and space. So I hope that helps. So I'm gonna be Ben hop on this one, y'all. I'm going through the.
I don't know if you saw my question. Told him I could do better. He said I could do whatever I want, date, etc. We don't live together. I know you don't know him / the situation, but as narcs, what does that actually mean? So a lot of times that's them just like throwing it out there, be like, okay, like, prove it, like do whatever. But the thing is, like, you'd start to step out, you start to date and anything like that, like all hell's gonna rain down. Because of the fact that they want to be able to do it, but they don't want you to be able to do it. And you doing it is going to be like this huge like betrayal. Like, how could you? Like, and we're talking like narcissists that have had, 18 relationships, that have been cheating for 20 years, that as soon as you step out, as soon as you date, as soon as you do something else that could look like a betrayal to them, they're going to be like, no. Like, it's over. Like, I hate this. Like, they're going to up the abuse and throw it back on you. So be really careful about that, because like, unless you've broken it off, and even then, sometimes when you've broken it off, but unless you've broken it off, they're going to use that and they're going to leverage that almost every single time.
Yeah. I dodged a bullet. I ended a relationship and learned he shot at his ex-wife. You literally dodged a bullet. Like,
literally.
Matrix, Neo. Like, you ducked under that some bitch. So Latasha said, I was curious to know what was to be said. He wanted sex and he said he loves me. Don't give him sex and he don't love you like you need to be loved. I would just say that.
Right.
Because if you do, you lose. Because if I can disappear on you, treat you terribly, and then come back and clap the cheeks anytime I wanted to, I would just do that. Every 2-3 months, I just pop up, Latasha, I'm gonna come smash the cheeks because I love you today. You're like, okay, come through. Why wouldn't I do that for years? Mm-hmm. If you make yourself available, they're gonna take the availability. They're gonna take the slots. You know what I mean? Tracy says, thank you so much. Oh my God. Look, Latasha, the comment section that says block him.
Lock in. Yep.
Yeah, not just me. So all it took for my brother to threaten to whoop his ass. I stopped here. So Brandy, thank God for your big brother or your little brother, whoever. But like everybody doesn't have brothers. Some people are only childs, But good. Hey, Brandy's big brother. Good shit.
Get him on retainer. Everybody, just bring
Yes,
him around.
yes. Brandy has a big brother that you can hire to threaten your narcissistic ex. So y'all
We get
inbox
in
her.
trouble here.
It's a joking. We joking. How do you know when they're done bothering you for good? I'm trying to think. When did I know I was done bothering somebody for good? To me, I just feel like when all access was cut off, I would give up. You know what I mean? I just feel like when all access was cut off, I would give up. Is that true for everybody? Absolutely not. So nowadays, somebody can create like if me and Ben were in the Ben and his wife in a relationship and Ben's wife left him. Ben can create a fake app and text his wife anytime he wanted to. She's like, I'm gonna block this number. I can probably get on Google right now and text you from a fake number. Like it's not hard, y'all. Like fake number text. Boop, boop, boop. Put your shit in there, like unblock me now. They'll harass the hell out of you. Sometimes I'm telling y'all, sometimes you have to force people to leave you alone. It's when are they done bothering you for good? When are you ready to stop it? You have to stop it. You have to.
I think sometimes people get out of the relationship, then they expect the narcissist to like respect them enough to not come back in their lives. When in reality, like they never respected you when they were in the relationship. A lot of times people think like, then why in the world would they respect you when they're out of it?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Empaths are very rare. I'm not sure about that. I feel like I have more empaths than narcissists on my TikTok and my Instagram. I just like there's way more people popping up. It's like, I'm an empath. Then
Yeah.
Why did she use the way I reacted against me?
Control.
Yeah, the control. And why not? Your reaction is going to like if I'm poking you and prodding you and you react in front of everybody. Let's just say you hate the word you hate when I call you what's an insult, a clown or a pig. Let's just say you hate when I call you a pig. You're such a fucking pig. Like you just pig out every single time. Like you gain so much weight, so you had kids. You fucking pig. Then we get into like a crowd or something, and me and Ben are chatting it up. Like Ben, I need to go to I need to buy a farm. I have a lot of pigs in my house, and you start yelling and screaming at me in public. Why do you look crazy then, don't you? You look absolutely insane. It's like those are dog whistles. Like only you can hear it. Control your reactions. Why wouldn't I use your reactions against you? Why wouldn't I? It makes you look like the bad guy. I can protect me by making you look bad. Simple. Sorry, I'm trying to read. I'm popping the question up here.
Yeah, you can. I got you. All right, so I really know how you feel. Mine just married the other woman not even a year after breaking up. He is now giving her all the things he future faked with me. It's gross, and they both deserve each other. Consider yourself as someone who dodged a massive bullet. Yeah, a lot of times you'll see them get into the next relationship, and they'll give that person everything that they were trying to give you, or everything that they like said that they were going to give you. Sorry, and a lot of times that is planned. Of either one, like I took all this stuff that I learned in this relationship that they wanted and that I didn't give so that I could keep them longer, and then I apply it to the next relationship, just kind of cookie cutter in one sense. Sometimes the next person doesn't even want all those things, apply it to the next relationship, and then get to the place where I'm like, okay, then what's like the next thing that I need to learn to be able to keep them stuck a little bit longer. Ultimately, like as they keep going into the next relationship, it's a production. It's another thing they're going to put on social media to give people the fantasy, to give people the idea that they have found the love of their life, when in reality the only person that they're trying to convince is everybody else, because they know they haven't. They're just trying to continue that cycle and extend their stay with the next person a little bit longer.
Perfect answer, Ben. Latasha said she's an empath, a super empath. So there you go. Somebody said
Super
empath. He said the empaths are rare. I said I've heard of empaths, super empaths, Hakoya empaths. There's a lot of different types of empaths. So I feel like being. What about this right here? Have you ever heard of a narcissist being spiritually healed? Because Ben is Christian narcissist. Ben, I'll tell y'all, follow Ben on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Ben talk about Christian narcissism in the church. He's a lot more like y'all. Raw motivations. Check him out literally everywhere on the Narc app. He gonna hop on this question and knock it out for you.
So I think a lot of people think like, oh, like, they just need to, get God, they just need to, get better. They just need to go to church. They just need to, get healed through all that type of stuff in one sense. When it comes down to it, like, growing up and like working through my marriage and all this kind of stuff. And like, I have all these problems and stuff, like talking to, people in the church, like different things like that. People like, you just need to love God better, all this type of stuff. And but at the end of the day, like that shit didn't help me. And I'm not saying that God can't help me. What I'm saying is just people telling that didn't change my life, didn't change anything, because the lies that I had in my life blocked me from any connection I had to any other person out there and any other higher power. So like as a result, like you could have like a God that can help anybody or that can change anybody's life. But the problem is if you don't open yourself up to being willing to have that change, being willing to have that help, because God's not a narcissist. Like God's not to come in and be like, oh, I'm going to change everything around. Like he doesn't do that. Like he gives people free will. So the thing is, like when people come into the situation, they're like asking about narcissism and how that relates to Christianity. Like they have to understand, like the person has to be willing. If the person is not willing to accept help from humans or from God, nothing's going to change. And so a so-called Christian narc is a liar. Absolutely. A Christian abuser is not a Christian abuser. They're just an abuser, period. Because abuser and Christian don't go together. Like you can't be a Christian abuser and live that lifestyle consistently and be a Christian. You're just an abuser at that point.
Yeah. So I love that you said that. That's why I put that on the screen, because I feel like when me and you first started doing the lives, you said something very similar to that. Because I was just like, I had a disdain in my mind just for Christian narcissists. You like that's not a he says it was super smooth. I loved it. God damn it, I can't remember right now. He's like, it's not a bad Christian, it's just a bad person. I was like, oh god. So it was something like that. I loved it. That's why I put it on the screen. Like he gonna hit y'all with some heat on this one right here.
Yeah, I think the one was the abuser. People saying like, oh, like, I in my life as a Christian abuser, and I was like, that's not a Christian abuser, that's just an abuser. Because ultimately, like when you compare who God is and Christianity, well, just throw out Christianity, just say like who God is and who that person is supposed to be like, abuse doesn't match up with that. So you can't have someone that says they've been impacted by the God of the universe and they don't live a changed life. If they don't live a changed life, then they're not a Christian, and then they're just an abuser.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's my fire for the night.
There you go. Being bringing heat, y'all. I love it. That religion kept me married to a narcissist for 20 years. It's so messed up. Spiritual and religious abuse is absolutely 100% real, y'all. It absolutely is.
Yeah,
it is.
Sure.
She said, thank you for saying that. So, yeah. So I'm telling y'all, if you haven't already followed Ben, please follow Raw Motivations. He's gonna pop up. Raw Motivations, Ben Taylor, all platforms. You'll see him eating it up, spitting fire just like he just did. And you can also download the Narc app and find him on the Narc app as well, doing exactly that. He does private live, so it won't be as many people in there. It's just like
there are ones on the Narc app, that are and the monthly coaching too. We've got the next session coming up on the 20th of this month.
So if y'all do the Narc app, which is right here on my phone, you see the Narc app right there. Download that. He does private live sessions. So y'all get lives with a small group of people, so you get more of your questions answered. It
was actually cool. This past week on the live that happens every Monday night, there wasn't a whole lot of people that joined, so I was already using StreamYard, so I just sent them the link, and it ended up being like a group session with a couple of us.
So yeah, I have it on both my phones. This is on my Android phone, so it's right here. You can get it on Android too. I just updated it yesterday, so the Narc app is on Android as well. You get it in the Play Store. So
yeah, I'm going to be working on. I just got an update yesterday that I'm going to be working on pushing a new update out, so I can get like the picture change and everything, so it says Narc without the period, so it doesn't get confusing for anybody anymore.
I have it on both my phones, y'all. So download it.
Such a narcissist. 2 phones.
Yeah. 2 phones. Yeah. Narcissist. Narcissists are really sexy though. My goodness, help me. Yes, help you, Essence. Help you.
Mm.
Narcs are not here's an insult. Narcs are not sexy. Yikes. But Chantel, why are you here then? I feel like you ended up with a narcissist. Did you end up with an ugly narcissist? You have bad you
Oh
have
my God,
bad taste. There you go.
this
Mm-mm.
chat room is getting weird. Someone said.
I saw her name pop up twice. I was just fucking with her. People say no contact, but it is really about no access. Yep. It really is about cutting off all access. But like, yeah, I'm just telling y'all, in today's society, it
I
is
feel like they're looking for
extremely,
a loophole.
yeah, it's extremely hard to go no contact with people. It just is. Unless you can disappear off the grid and go live in like you ever seen Shooter with Mark Wahlberg in it when he went and lived off the grid in the mountains of Montana? Sometimes you might have to do that and turn your phone off and stuff like that. But people can find you.
Oh.
Going no contact is meant, especially if you live in a small city, going no contact is meant to help build up that muscle, that no contact muscle. So if you do run into this person, or if this person finds a way to reach out to you, you can say no to them. It's them again. Nope. You can just X them out. You know what I mean? You can just definitely just X them out. Nope. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Should I be calling the cops and reporting all of this? I'm not gonna read the rest of this, but yes, if you feel like you're in danger, yes, sir, please call the cops and protect yourself. You know, what I mean? That's what really made me mad because you are too ugly to be acting like this. uh, I love messing with y'all. You know, what I mean? Say mine was ugly. Yes. So the live will be this live will be posted on my page and also on Ben's page as well. So y'all need to follow Raw Motivation. So y'all, it's getting about 10 after 10 o'clock. So we're gonna take a couple more questions. We're gonna cut it to the end. So I'm gonna go through it here. Sexy until they destroy your life. True. Oh goodness gracious. True, because I work with my narcissist. Yo, this right here. So it might be too late for Noella. Noella. I'm just saying Noella. I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly,
Oh well,
but
yeah.
it's too Noella. Yeah, it's too late for her. But yeah, before you date somebody that you work with, or you date somebody you're saying on the same street as you, or you date somebody in the same apartment complex as you, or you date one of your friends, or one of your family members' friends, or something like that, or one of your family members, somebody they refer to you. You know what I mean? Ask yourself, what if this shit blows up? What do I do then? Because you might have to work with this person. And if you work with them, you have to learn how to emotionally disconnect from that person. Because they're gonna try, they're gonna if I work with you, I would try you. Like I said, and God, the narcissist that I dated, she worked with me and she tried me. That's why I know, y'all. I know this from experience. This motherfucker used to bring people to my work just to mess with my head, y'all. She used, I used to work with her at Blockbuster Video. She used to bring dudes up her and have me check them out and be smiling the whole time. I'm like, yeah, I'm still mad now. Yeah, this is goddamn 15 years ago. I'm still mad now. So y'all know how it affected me. So yes, if you
I
work
think
with them, they will mess with you.
Yeah, I think people have to be really careful. I mean, a lot of my relationships stem from the workplace, unfortunately, with affairs and things like that. But like the reason why it's so easy for that to happen in the workplace is because you have some common ground already established, and the narc doesn't actually have to work that hard for it. Like the narcissist doesn't actually have to actually bring in their personality and figure out their personality. They can just adapt to yours through the workplace environment. Whereas, like, if you have to meet them outside of work, they have to develop conversations and topics and
Mhm.
all this kind of stuff at work. And through the workplace, they can just use that. And so, a lot of times, it helps hide a huge part of them being very shallow.
Yep. So I met both my oldest son's mom and my narcissistic toxic ex at the same place. So yes, at work. So that's absolute true, man. I got to taste my own medicine in there too. I gave and I got in the same place. So yeah, we're gonna make this the last question right here, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, y'all follow Ben of Raw Motivations on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform you and Facebook too. It's a Facebook page as well. I'll tag him in this when I post it on Facebook. Lee, why do narcissists use the hospital as an excuse all the time? He cancels dates all the time and claims to be at the hospital with an immediate family member. So I'm gonna let Ben hop on this one first, y'all, and I'm gonna finish it up with I'm gonna put a bow on it. Unless Ben puts a bow on it first. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just close it out.
Sorry, I was responsible. Why do narcissists use the hospital as an excuse all the time? He cancels dates all the time and claims to be at the hospital with an immediate family member. No, I mean that's an interesting question. I would say a lot of times they use that as an excuse to be able to keep you on your, to be able to keep you in the same repetition of, hey, this is an actual excuse that's like going on, so it must be real. A lot of times I see people that they establish patterns, they establish like ideas in some people's heads of like, oh, like he's just working late or he's just doing this, when in reality they're out having dinner with someone else and then they come home and they have dinner with you. So like you have to be really careful, but a lot of times they'll use anything and everything to be an excuse for a cheating behavior, for another relationship, for whatever it might be, but they're going to use anything and everything they can as an excuse.
And I just feel like right here, y'all, what you allow is what will continue. If he's constantly counseling dates for a immediate family member in the hospital, have you met this family member? Can you prove that they're in the hospital? You know what I mean? I just feel like I need proof. I just make them prove it. Because if they're counseling on you right now in the dating phase, they will counsel on you in the relationship phase. They will counsel on you in the engagement phase, and they'll also counsel on you in the marriage phase. Counsel on you in the parenting phase. Co-parent, like they are establishing how the precedence of your relationship is being established right now. Do you like it? If not, exit stage left. I know people just like, well, but I have a lot of time invested. Okay, then stay stage right and let this person play your face. So, but anyways, y'all, like I said, we're gonna hop off here, y'all. I put this up here. Talking Parents is a shared custody app. I know Ben has a lot of experience with the parenting apps and things like that. But if y'all haven't already, like I said, follow Ben on all social media platforms. He has a website. He does one-on-one coaching as well. Rawmotivations.com. He has I'm gonna cuss here, y'all. If you don't like cussing, log off now. You still here? He has a fucking awesome app called the Narc app, like literally NARC, the Narc app on app. I have it on both my phones, y'all. My Android and my iPhone. The NARC app, where you can become part of a community. You get private Zoom sessions, private lives with Ben, private live sessions, private group sessions with Ben on there. Question and answer sessions where you, like I said, you might have put questions in the question box today that we couldn't get to. He'll get to those until it blows the fuck up, y'all. Because right now is the perfect time to hop on there because it's still growing. So if you're not on there now, then you'll be, later on down the road. Like he said, they just hit 3,100 members. What are you gonna do in his 31,000? You're like, well, I can't answer my questions now. So hop on right now, the Narc app, rawmotivations.com. Follow Ben. You know what I mean? If you already follow me, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ben has a YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And y'all, to wrap it up, we're doing a live in-person meetup in Norfolk, Virginia, Sunday, June the 12th at Cova. Yeah, Cova. Coming up soon, y'all. COVA, Cova Brewery in Norfolk, Virginia, from 3 p.m. on, whenever they close on Sunday. Come through and holler at us, y'all. We're gonna be out there chilling, having fun, answering questions, taking pictures. Yeah, just come through.
Yeah. So for all those Virginians out there, come on over. Maryland, North Carolina, make the trek. Come see us.
Make the track. I live in North Carolina. I'm making the track, so y'all. God damn it. I'm making the track to be there. So yeah, so you can't give me an excuse like I'm too far. I'm driving 4 hours. So be there. So we're gonna hop off this thing, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Follow Ben, rawmotivations.com, the Narc app, NARC, available on Android and Apple. I don't know how much. Android and Apple. I thought I turned my volume off. So Sunday, June 12th, Norfolk, Virginia. Yes, absolutely. at Cova Brewery. Yes, God Saver. This is exactly where we'll be at. So come through and, check us out. We'll be out there hanging out, having fun regardless. So thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe to the channels. Appreciate y'all. Seriously.
Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night.